Security by obscurity, this actually never worked if you think about it. It doesn't matter if it's open source, if it's closed and so on. Hey, if an attacker wants to attack it, he will find vulnerabilities, and protecting the code and so on really doesn't work. So let's talk about the topic how, an attacker nowadays gets information out of a company, because hiding it doesn't matter. You should be aware of what's going on. So how would I craft an attack? I actually would start by getting information from LinkedIn, getting information from Facebook. You're looking for a high profile guy within an organization you want to attack, and you just do this. You look at 123people.com and so on and grab as many information as possible about this individual. And then based on this, you do a profile of this person. You know their hobbies, you know potential friends, you know all kind of stuff. And based on this, you actually craft an attack. The attack will be in email format. You just send it to the email, post it on LinkedIn, post it on Facebook and so on. And it will contain nothing else than a spoofed sender where it tells to come from a friend and so on. And it will talk about something in common between this friend, what you of course have figured out on LinkedIn or on Facebook, and between this person. You will talk, for example, about a hobby, about golfing, that you haven't done golfing for a while, that you saw this specific offer and so on. And within the email, you just embed a URL, because the URL is way more effective than a binary attachment. Why? Because when you try to spread a binary attachment, actually the security industry is doing a good job. Every Exchange server, every Node server and so on is running antivirus, is looking for binary attachments. But a lot of security software, they don't look at embedded URLs at all, the number one infection vector. So the victim, thinking that it comes from a friend at Facebook or at LinkedIn, will click on the URL. As the attacker, you immediately know that the attack was successful because you see a hit on this URL. And from this URL, which has been specifically generated against the target, you use a zero-day vulnerability, or you just use a PDF file which is malformatted, which could execute a malicious code. Nowadays, you even could do this with QuickTime, where the victim will be confronted with a message. Do you want to run this executable? Do you want to visit this URL? And based on this, you are in. It's difficult to spot this attack because the attack has been targeted against one person. It hasn't been widely spread, so it will be difficult for the security industry to figure it out, that something has happened. And the victim normally does not have a clue. He thinks it's a legitimate conversation with a friend. And then, after the malware has been installed, all the data from the victim's computer, including server login, including passwords, including confidential documents and so on, could be grabbed from the victim, could be transferred via HTTP to a command and control server, and then used by the attacker. This is how you start an attack nowadays, a targeted one, and normally it really starts with social engineering. So please don't reveal too many information on social engineering, on social websites. Otherwise you could become a victim of social engineering. And not only this, no matter how much you reveal, be extremely careful what you're clicking on. And sometimes a friend, somebody who pretends to be a friend, might not be a friend. So please be careful.